First in Our News Live at 7, low morale. Executives of the Bahamas Electrical Utility Managerial Union still worried over their future. Plus, transparency is key. The Organization for Responsible Governance points out the importance of campaign finance legislation. And 80,000 reasons to smile. The Genesis Warhawks get a generous donation from their title sponsor. And then in Our News at 7:30, Grand Bahamians react to the Prime Minister's latest updates regarding the sale of the Grand Lucayan. Welcome to Our News Live at 7, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marlena Leonard, in for Candino Knowles. Despite assurances made by Prime Minister Philip Davis that BPL workers' jobs are safe, executives of the Bahamas Electrical Utility Managerial Union say they're still worried over their future at the power company. Delvardo Emmanuel outlines their concerns in this report.
Well, I don't have no problem with the statement. I am happy with the statement because now we'll be able to see exactly what this deal is. My main concern is staff. What will happen to BPL staff that are affected by this deal? Would they be disenfranchised? That's my main concern.
That's the response of the Bahamas Electrical Utility Managerial Union's president, Christopher Hanna, regarding the government's 25-year agreement with Pike Corporation. The arrangement is being facilitated through its Bahamian management company, Island Grid Solutions, to upgrade and manage BPL's transmission and distribution network. The union president expressed uncertainty for their 120 members. Hanna said he reached out to Energy Minister Jobeth Colby Davis for answers, but left the conversation feeling even more perplexed.
We have many dialogues, but all our dialogue was fruitless. It really didn't give no meat to the matters. What happened to staff? That's where we lost. So it's hard for me to say anything when I don't know anything about the deal.
Aside from the Pike deal, the union head says there are other outstanding matters that need to be addressed.
One was some riding time for some charge engineers, what was getting it before and now not getting it. And also hazardous pay that you are giving the junior staff, but you're not giving the senior staff.
Taking all that into account, Hanna claims the morale of the staff is lacking.
When you got uncertainty, you don't know what will happen. You kind of got a low morale because you know what's your future. You talking about people who have bills, people who starting young family, who got young mortgages, who need to work, who got a 20-year mortgage.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvardo Emmanuel.
3 men who were caught with more than 1,000 pounds of marijuana have been sentenced. Magistrate Samuel McKinney handed down a 4-year prison sentence to Chano Cornish Sr., his son Chano Cornish Jr., and Raphael Murray after convicting them of drug possession with intent to supply. The men were fined $25,000 and they'll spend an additional 6 months behind bars if the fine isn't paid. On April 17, 2022, law enforcement officers arrested the men after they found 26 crocus sacks containing 1,254 pounds of marijuana when they raided a home in Cooperstown, Abaco. Prime Minister Philip Davis insists implementing campaign finance legislation is not off the table this term, but says it's not as high a priority for him as easing the cost of living crisis. Today, the Organization for Responsible Governance insists transparency is key in tackling community and countrywide issues in the long term. I sat down with Org Executive Director Matt Aubrey to better understand the purpose and the benefits.
It's not a radical idea. It's the thought that if you want people to believe in a system and you want them to feel that this system is going to reflect their interests and you want them to participate in that system, then that requires trust, and trust requires transparency.
Executive Director of the Organization for Responsible Governance, Matt Aubrey, says org has been pushing for campaign finance regulation for years. Both the FNM and PLP have promised campaign finance legislation in the past. In 2020, Philip Davis, then opposition leader, criticized the Minnis administration's lack of movement on the issue. In the PLP's 2021 Blueprint for Change, the party committed to implementing a slew of transparency and accountability-related acts. Some have criticized the lack of movement on these issues since the Davis administration entered office 3 years ago. Fast forward to the present, the Prime Minister reiterating yesterday that the Freedom of Information Act is not a priority for his administration because of more pressing issues in the country. However, Aubrey says it's all connected.
Fixing crime and fixing cost of living and fixing the education system, these are not going to be quick things. So we have to do some immediate things like the Prime Minister is talking about, but we also have to really put a pin in what are the things that are going to change us in the long term. And these types of mechanisms, campaign finance and freedom of information and full enactment of procurement and the ombudsman law and integrity commissions, all of these things put in place a system that people can then start to believe in. They can start to trust. They can start to participate. And that brings a lot of benefits, not only for government, for our citizens, but for our country.
As for the Prime Minister's concerns that regulations would lead to the public purse being used to fund campaigns,
campaign finance laws are actually a very broad term, and they mean a lot of things. And they can start from very simply just requiring that there is some mechanism or reporting of how monies are given to a campaign, or requirements of how those monies are given, or caps on the amount be able to be spent on certain things. But then they can also include, in certain instances, monies from the public purse that are going to support a particular candidate if they adhere to these laws, as an incentivized way to be able to maintain and do that. Some laws even cap what a candidate can spend in total on a campaign. That doesn't necessarily mean that all laws are the same or all jurisdictions have to follow that same component.
Well, it's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Marlena. Happy Friday, everybody. It's a good way to end the week. We didn't have much in terms of any significant rainfall here in the capital. We did have some rumbles of thunder earlier, and we're still seeing some of those thunderstorms nearby, but it's a little cooler this evening. 83 degrees is our current temperature under partly cloudy skies. We will still call it humid because factoring the relative humidity, it feels like 95. And your winds out of the north now at around 7 miles per hour, and it's going to fall off light and verbal later on tonight. Taking a look at temperatures around the islands right now, it is 83 in Freeport, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, actually all across most of the northwest Bahamas, Great Harbor Key getting in on that 83, Governor's Harbor as well. Alistown, Bimini, 84 over in Nicholstown, the Big Yard, you guys are 82. 83 in Camps Bay, Arthurstown, Cat Island. We pick up 82s in Georgetown and Coburn Towns in Salvador, Deadman's Key, 84, and into the southeast Bahamas. 86 in Duncan Down, Ragged Island. 84s, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands. Abrams Bay, 85. 86 in Matthewtown, Inagua, and Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos Islands. You are the very warm spot. 89 degrees is your current temperature right now. Satellite radar composite. No change in the weather pattern across us. We still have that upper level trough that's been plaguing us with this unsettled weather pattern across our area. Tropical moisture coming out of the Caribbean, and that's going to continue to be the trend for tonight and into tomorrow. But look behind, we have some dry air mass. That dry air mass is likely to push into our area as a ridge of high pressure in the Gulf of Mexico actually pushes this upper level trough further east and northeast and away from us. So we're going to be looking for some clearing on the weekend, but we will still keep some showers in the forecast during Saturday and Sunday's time frame. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on Our News, the Genesis Warhawks received their first official title sponsor in 6 years. We have the story on the $80,000 sponsorship. That's coming up when Our News returns.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I read you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, presents the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Sean, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations location. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
My name.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Today in sports history, we take a look at the second Bahamian to play in the MLB, Tony Curry. Let's take it back to 1959 when a 21-year-old Tony Curry dominated the Eastern League in Class A baseball. Playing for the Williamsport Grays, Curry homered on this day in a win over the pennant-winning Springfield Giants. That season, he went on to lead the league in several categories with 23 homers, 49 doubles, 109 runs scored, and 178 hits. He also hit for a .313 average and had 90 RBIs. Curry was a unanimous Eastern League All-Star and was named the league's MVP. His time in the big leagues was cut short not because of his baseball ability, but because he took a stand in a contract dispute with the Philadelphia Phillies. Headed into spring training in 1961 and with Curry hitting .478, the Phillies offered a conditional contract at $6,000, below the league minimum of $7,000. Well, Curry was asking for $9,000, and the two sides couldn't reach a resolution, so he left camp and returned to the Bahamas. Once the dispute was settled, Curry was back with the Phillies in the big leagues, but was sent back down to AAA after just 15 games. He was traded the following season, and it would be 5 years before he got another shot at the bigs. That was back then. Here's what's coming up on Our Sports tonight. Hear from Collegiate Cooper Dayton Albury on his new opportunity headed into his senior season with the Utah State Aggies.
I seen a lot of videos and stuff before I came. Just seeing the energy, it was really exciting, and that's something I always dreamt of as a kid.
Sebastian Walcott has started the plate in AA. Now he makes his debut on the field. Sports Minister Mario Boleg discusses the continuing growth of Bahamian talent on the international stage.
Sports has the power to change the world, and when young people are trained and they get the discipline necessary and life lessons that make them productive citizens in our country.
And of course, the 10YS Plays of the Week. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah sharply escalates, heightening fears of a wider regional war. Plus, details revealed on the hearings into the undersea implosion of the Titan submersible, which killed all 5 people. And the joint United Nations program on HIV/AIDS, raising the alarm over the increasing incidences of HIV among young people in the Caribbean. We have the details when Our News returns.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussion. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The conflict between Israel and Hezbollah sharply escalated, with both sides exchanging deadly attacks and vowing further retaliation. It's heightening fears of a wider regional war. In a televised speech on Thursday, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah condemned recent explosions targeting communication devices across Lebanon, calling them an act of war and squarely blaming Israel. Lebanese officials have said the explosions of pagers and handheld radios on Tuesday and Wednesday resulted in 37 fatalities and left nearly 3,000 people injured. Israeli officials have not claimed responsibility for these attacks. And the U.S. Coast Guard began hearings on Monday into the undersea implosion of a tourist submersible that killed all 5 people aboard in June 2023 while diving to the century-old wreck of the Titanic. Ryan Chang has more.
All good here was the chilling final message the Titan submersible sent to the surface last year before it imploded, killing 5 people on board while diving to the wreck of the Titanic. This was among details revealed in U.S. Coast Guard hearings that began Monday in Charleston, South Carolina. They aim to uncover what led to the disaster on June 18, 2023. OceanGate Expeditions founder Stockton Rush was piloting the 22-foot submersible when the craft imploded, taking his life and those of 4 other passengers, a British billionaire, a French explorer, as well as a Pakistani-born businessman and his son. It raised questions about the unregulated nature of such expeditions and OceanGate's decision to forego third-party industry review and certification of the Titan's novel design. Testimonies by former employees on Monday included stories of safety concerns, poorly trained staff, and negligence by Rush.
Would you have felt comfortable as the director of engineering going down in the Titan submersible, specifically hull 1 to full rated depth?
That's almost the best question here, isn't it?
Former OceanGate director of engineering Tony Nissen described having a sour relationship with Stockton Rush.
And I told him I'm not getting in it. And he asked me why. And I said, because the operations crew, I don't trust them. But I didn't trust Stockton either.
The hearings will continue over the course of 2 weeks. According to Jason Neubauer, chairman of the Marine Board of Investigation, any misconduct or negligence uncovered in the hearing will be reported to the Department of Justice. But the main focus is to make sure something like this does not happen again.
Amazon is ending its hybrid work policy and ordering staff back to the office 5 days a week. The company toughening a prior 3-day mandate with the new policy that's slated to start next year. Freddie Joyner reports.
Amazon is bringing an end to working from home at the e-commerce giant, telling employees they will be required to return to the office 5 days a week, starting next year. In a letter posted to the company's website on Monday, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy wrote, quote, "Before the pandemic, it was not a given that folks could work remotely 2 days a week, and that will also be true moving forward. Our expectation is that people will be in the office outside of extenuating circumstances." Companies have been allowing many employees to work from home since the pandemic, leaving downtown offices nearly empty in a number of cities. But Amazon has taken a tougher stance than many of its rivals. Some employees who were consistently out of compliance with the existing 3-day mandate were told they were voluntarily resigning and were locked out of Amazon systems.
Stand together! Don't turn back!
In May of last year, workers at Amazon Seattle headquarters staged a walkout, protesting a return to office mandate as well as changes to the company's climate policy and layoffs. According to an employee Q&A shared with Reuters, Amazon is also eliminating a prior program that allowed workers the option to work from anywhere for 4 months per year.
The Joint United Nations program on HIV/AIDS is raising the alarm over the increasing incidences of HIV among young people in the Caribbean. UNAIDS says Guyana and Suriname are reporting alarming rates of 14%, while Barbados sees numbers as high as 37%. Regional health officials say the numbers call for immediate scrutiny and action. UNAIDS multi-country director Dr. Richard Amenya emphasized that despite some progress, the decline in new infections among adolescents remains sluggish. Still to come in our news, today in history. Find out interesting facts about the day that was September 20th. And then in our news at 7:30, our Italia Hall gets feedback from Grand Bahamians on the Prime Minister's latest updates regarding the sale of the Grand Lucayan. And another family who lost a son in a police-involved shooting is speaking out and calling for justice, saying they're not going to stop. That's coming up when Our News returns.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I read you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, present the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcons, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack location. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support.
On this day in Bahamian history, on September 20th, 1870, Charles Williams James Orr was born. Orr served as governor of the Bahama Islands from March 15th, 1927 to January 1932. In 1963, Nehemiah Heald was born in Cooperstown, Abaco. Heald is a recording artist, actor, and a singer-songwriter. At the age of 7, he moved to New Providence, where he attended primary school at William Gordon Primary. As he got older, he later attended high school at C.I. Gibson Junior High and R.M. Bailey Senior High School. At the age of 16, Nehemiah was a busboy and competing in local shows and nightclubs, playing pianos and performing his own lyrics. At one of these venues, the Palace nightclub, he became the lead singer of the Average Band that included members Lester Adderley, Ambrose Adderley, and Neville Adderley, and Earl Wilson. Their best-known hit was Keep On Loving You. He later became the lead singer for the groups the B-22s and High Voltage, who later changed their name to Bahamas. He was the lead singer of Bahamas until 1998. In 2000, he released a solo album, From the Soul. He was also toured with fellow Bahamian American artist Lenny Kravitz as a backup singer. As an actor, he appeared in the 1994 film My Father, the Hero, with his Bahamian bandmates. Fast forward to 2019. That's when then Environment Minister Ramal Ferreira made a climate crisis declaration. Ferreira said the Bahamas is in a climate crisis that will see the rise of intense hurricanes like Dorian, which devastated parts of the northern Bahamas that same month. Then in 2021, 9 cabinet ministers were sworn in as a part of the Davis administration at a packed ceremony that was held at Bahamas Convention Center.
Fans of the Genesis Warhawks have 80,000 reasons to smile today. The group receiving its first official title sponsor in 6 years. Bahamas Technological Services Limited partnering with the Junkanoo Group to provide much-needed funding as they prepare for the major parades. Both Group Chairman Philip Taylor and BTSL CEO Jonathan Ford say it's important for local businesses to invest in organizations that contribute to society.
Your contribution will play a crucial role in enabling us to preserve and celebrate the vibrant traditions of our Junkanoo cultural treasure that resonates deeply within our community.
So on behalf of my directors, the Walker brothers, I am pleased to be able to participate with you. And as you say, you're bigger than Bay, we're bigger than the Bahamas. Our reach is to be global. And so let's go to war.
To watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. Well, that does it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Thanks so much, Marlena. TGIF. Well, coming up tonight, Grand Bahama residents sound off on the potential sale of the Grand Lucine Resort. And a mom whose son died in a police-involved shooting speaks out. Plus, a faith-based movie premieres in local theaters. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, Grand Bahamian residents getting some good news. This as the Prime Minister reveals government is in intense talks with a prospective buyer for the Grand Lucine Resort. We have public reaction, plus the mother of D'Angelo Evans, a man who was killed during a police-involved shooting, is calling for justice. Also, the Bahamas Air Sea Rescue Association providing some safety tips for boaters. Hear about the essential items you should always have on board straight ahead. And later, the Ministry of Environment focuses on creating cleaner communities. The story when Our News returns.
Well, what you doing here?
I dig in the well to connect to the house of building for me and Mavis.
Why you just don't call water and sewage?
Call them for what?
To get your city water. You don't have to worry about your water cutting off and the power cut off. And your water's clean and safe, free from coliform bacteria.
Cauliflower what?
Call us at 302-5500 to make the switch from well water to city water for a more fresh, reliable water supply for you and your family.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the NT Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as the environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being NT's youth ambassador for the environment means that my words and my actions hold the power to help change the environment and the world around me. I find it exciting that I can be a student, live my life, and use my words and my voice to change the environment and the world around me. Most times I think it's a privilege. It's our environment and it's our generation to own. I don't think as a young person that there's anything more rewarding than being a part of bringing awareness. I'm Michaela Kerr, and I'm making a difference in my own words.
Are you or
Bahamas, are you ready?
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Well, after years of anticipation, residents of Grand Bahama may soon have reason to celebrate as discussions progress for a new hotel on the island. On Thursday, the nation's leader announced government is in talks with a prospective buyer for the Grand Lucine Resort. He revealed that the deal is expected to be finalized within the next month. We took to the streets of Grand Bahama today to gather reactions from residents about this new development.
First of all, I've been selling for the last 9 years.
Prime Minister Philip Davis has confirmed that the sale of the Grand Lucine Resort could be finalized in about 2 weeks or so. You may recall that the Minutes administration purchased the Grand Lucine Resort from Hutchison Whampoa in August 2018 for over $60 million, with hopes of quickly selling the once thriving property. However, that sale did not materialize. Following the victory of the Davis administration in 2021, the government also attempted to sell the resort, but that deal ultimately fell through. Now, Prime Minister Davis says they are engaged in intense discussions with a new prospective buyer.
The issue for us, of course, is to ensure that we just don't sell for selling sake or to tick a box. We want to make sure that when we sell, that we want a world-class, we've indicated we want a world-class brand name. 8 Mile Rock resident Perry Martin is skeptical about the announcement.
The only thing will convince me is when I see the owners on site and start renovating. Because from the last 5 years, every different month, something's supposed to start up there. And it ain't started yet.
These Grand Bahama residents say they too have been hearing about the potential sale for years.
Until I know the money's in the bank. Because I don't have much expectation.
It would be a good thing, one, if it actually happens, and two, if it's for the people.
And I think we have been disappointed in so many ways and so many times on the potential of something happening and it not happening. And so I think before they sit down to sign anything, we should be assured that is substantial.
So it'll be good if it happens, because we really need to have that hotel. You need the airport.
The sale of the Grand Lucine Resort, along with the Grand Bahama International Airport, which was severely damaged by Hurricane Dorian in 2019, has been identified as essential for restoring the island to its former glory. Recently, Tourism and Aviation Minister Chester Cooper said plans for the airport terminal are currently on hold while government assesses the future use of the old international terminal. The Prime Minister informing reporters Thursday the development is moving along slower than he expected.
We just need the powers that be to be very serious about doing what is needed to be done in Grand Bahama. And you ride around Grand Bahama, it's like a dead city sometimes. And we need to bring it back to life.
Well, another family who lost a son in a police-involved shooting is speaking out and calling for justice. The mother of D'Angelo Evans telling our Joshua Williams that after what unfolded in the coroner's court this week, she has faith in the justice system.
The family of D'Angelo Evans says they're one step closer to justice after their loved one was shot and killed by police in this community back in 2018.
I visited the Masons Addition home where D'Angelo lived. His mother, Beverly Lee, says she's hopeful after the coroner's court issued arrest warrants for 3 policemen after they failed to appear in court. 11 policemen whom jurors found unlawfully killed suspects during police-involved shootings did show up and were ordered to return to court on September 25th. Sitting on the steps of their home, Lee told me it's a start.
I feel that we waited so long, but it's never too late for nothing. It's never too late for nothing. I mean, they out on bail. It's a little relief.
Lee, along with other family members of those killed by police, were visibly emotional outside of court on Wednesday. They say the heavy police presence at court was triggering for those who were there. I asked them if they lived in fear.
God have me covered. God have me covered. That's what I have to say. They could come at me like I say. I ain't afraid. God have me covered.
Lee also had this to say to other families going through similar situations.
Keep fighting, because we ain't stopping. Don't be afraid because they police. Everybody have their rights to speak. They don't have to be afraid. Some people saying, oh, because they're the police, they afraid to speak. They don't have to put God in the front of everything, and they'll see justice.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that report, Josh. Well, a man was unanimously cleared of a rape charge following a trial before Justice Guillermina Archimedes and a 9-member jury. Prosecutors allege that Juan Mendoza forced himself on a 58-year-old on September 26, 2020. The alleged sexual assault took place in Mendoza's car. 38-year-old Mendoza didn't deny having sex with the woman, but said that it was consensual. He claimed the woman had falsely accused him of rape because she wanted a serious relationship. Well, in recent months, several boaters have gone missing or required rescue in Bahamian waters, which is now prompting urgent calls for increased safety awareness. Acting Director of the Bahamas Air Sea Rescue Association's Air Wing Unit, John Scott, emphasizes the importance of being prepared while out at sea. He also highlights essential safety measures that all boaters should keep on board. Scott explains basic safety equipment and strategies can make the difference between life and death, and he's encouraging boaters to educate themselves on these crucial safety protocols.
Like life jackets, filing a water plan. We file a flight plan when we go flying every time so people know where we're at. It's very important that people get into the mindset of filing water plans. And that could just be as basic as telling your friends, if you don't hear from me by this time, please call this number. Motivate the resources. If you don't, then it makes our job dramatically harder. We don't know where you are, where you went, where you're going, what your plans are when you're thinking of coming home, and we run the risk of simply not finding you.
He says marine radios are also vital while boating or fishing.
Marine radios are key. This is there to save your life. We need to have better communication. Remember, a cell phone only works so far out there, and you're going out fishing or boating or pleasure crafting, and you get outside a cell range. Again, you take the tools away from us to be able to find you. We have ways of triangulating your position, but again, nothing beats a good marine radio. Flares are important. You can hear an aircraft long before I see you. If you can pop some flares, again, we're going to save you.
Well, on Friday, Golden Gate's MP Pia Glover-Roll joined forces with officials from the Department of Environmental Health Services and Urban Renewal for another successful derelict car removal initiative in the Carmichael area. Glover-Roll emphasized this collaborative effort is a part of a broader commitment to revitalizing neighborhoods and enhancing community safety.
Of other areas that we will be visiting, but particularly this morning on Sunshine Park, we have the removal of derelict vehicles once again. And I say once again because it seems as if as we move vehicles, within short order, more vehicles are found in especially locations like this. We not only want to keep the park clean for the purpose of that the park is a recreational space, but also it aids in vector control. And of course, derelict vehicles are a safety issue for us.
Also present for the initiative was State Minister for the Environment, Zane Lightbourne, who called for more public collaboration.
The liquids are leaking into the ground. The rats are coming and finding places to hide. People are hiding drugs and weapons in some particular cases. And also, it's an eyesore. So it's contributing to so many aspects negatively, and we're just asking for that level of cooperation.
Well, fairly nice weather conditions in the capital to kick off the weekend. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Italia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 83 degrees is our current temperature. Under partly cloudy skies, the winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Feels like temperature still hanging out in the mid-90s. Satellite radar composite, that upper level trough, still keeping us in an unsettled weather pattern, pumping that moisture across us, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms affecting the northwest and central Bahamas, some of that even making its way down to the southeast. This trough is expected to push out towards the east as a ridge of high pressure in the Gulf of Mexico builds across the area, so we could see some clearing later on tonight and should likely see that clearing into the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast and the tropics still to come.
Still to come on Our News, Wellness with a Purpose. We'll tell you all about the Health and Safety Expo held by the Nassau Airport Development Company coming up, and a $10,000 donation made to the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association. The story when Our News continues.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I right here on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
The Nassau Airport Development Company hosting its annual Health and Safety Expo at the Lynden Pinling International Airport. The event brought together stakeholders, staff, passengers, and for the first time, the general public. The expo featured interactive demonstrations, expert advice, and resources provided by event partners, including NAD, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Doctors Hospital, and the Bahamas Red Cross.
LPIA, as a major airport here in the country, cannot operate safely without healthy employees. So we recognized after the success of the event last year that we needed to do it bigger and better this year. We've actually invited the public to join us this year because we had such good partners with us last year, and we knew that the public could also benefit from learning about some of the services that are available to allow people to get healthy and to stay healthy.
Attendees also had the opportunity to connect with 14 vendors offering practical insights into health and safety. NAD Vice President of Operations Jonathan Hanna explains why it's advice that can be used in everyday life.
Safety is at the core of everything we do at the company, and so we need to make sure that to service the traveling public and all of our airline partners and security partners, we need to make sure that their health and safety is paramount as well. So we're pleased to partner with a number of both government and private sector companies such as BAMSI, the Airport Authority, who is responsible for security and crash fire and rescue services here at the airport, as well as Doctors Hospital, who is out here performing screening for blood pressure, blood sugar levels, etc. And it's really great just to have all of these various partners where persons can check their own health status to make sure that they have the information they need to be healthy and safe.
All right, well, the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association receiving $10,000 from Colina Insurance recently, a timely donation during the World Alzheimer's Month, with World Alzheimer's Day just days away on the 21st. Over 2,000 Bahamians are living with Alzheimer's, and as many go unscreened, it's possible the number could be higher. Colina's VP of Finance, Catherine Williams, explains why they chose to support the association.
We are committed to supporting members of our community, and so we thought this is a very important organization that we could support. And they do a lot of good work, as both Ms. Davis and Dr. Grimes indicated today during their presentation.
As for how the money will be spent, the vice president of the association, Renee Saunders, explains.
It's going to have a tremendous impact. Usually in the end of the year, we have an initiative called the Hope Drive, where we purchase items such as Depends, creams, bed pads, any kind of care, any kind of necessities that the person living with the disease may need. And we give those out to the communities in care packages. So this money is going to go towards helping us to fund purchasing those items to give back to those in need.
When Our News comes back from the break, an all-Bahamian film that's focused on the issue of tragedy and trauma made its debut in the IMAX theater. Our Daniel Miller has a story.
Coming up in sports, Dayton Albury tells us how he plans to make an impact at Utah State, and Sebastian Walcott takes to the field for the first time in AA.
And Greg is back with your weekend weather planner when Our News returns. Stay with us.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, presents the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
My name is Trey Williams. I've been alive for the country.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. It's a pivotal upcoming senior season for Dayton Albury as he makes the transition to a new program for the second time in as many seasons. In the offseason, Albury transferred to the Utah State Aggies in the Mountain West Conference and headlines the first class under new head coach Jared Calhoun.
Say, my connections with the coaches. Just the vibe they gave me even before coming on my visit. And, when I got on the visit, just seeing the community support, how much the fans show love to the players.
The Aggies come off a season where they claimed the Mountain West regular season championship and advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament. They finished the season number 22 on the AP poll and number 20 in the coaches poll. He was also one of 3 collegiate players named to the senior men's national team roster that competed at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Spain. Texas Rangers prospect Sebastian Walcott has been even better than advertised at the plate in AA baseball and finally got his opportunity to debut in the field. Walcott and the Frisco Rough Riders are in the midst of a playoff battle in the AA Texas League. They defeated the Midland Rockhounds 4-3 last night at Riders Field in Game 2 of the Texas League Southern Division Series. The third and deciding game is tonight with first pitch at 8:05 p.m. local time. Off the field, Walcott was also named a South Atlantic League All-Star for the breakout season he had in High A with the Hickory Crawdads. In 118 games, he hit .261 with a .785 OPS and slugged .443 with 10 homers, 49 RBI, and 26 stolen bases. He also led the South Atlantic League with 50 extra base hits, including a league-leading 9 triples. Bahamian sporting talent continues to shine on the international stage, and Minister of Youth Sports and Culture Mario Boleg says it's a testament to local development.
And so when you look at the raw talent that we have as Bahamian,
And when we instill that development in them from youth, it allows us to develop to be who we are today. And coming from a small nation, when you look at per capita of the amount of NBA players or professional players around the world, we would be considered right up there with the other countries.
It's Friday, take a deep breath, relax. This is the fun part. Archive that work group chat, and let's get to some top plays. We get started in the French Pro B League. Aaron Lavarity makes his debut, couldn't be kept off the boards, finished with 17 points and 21 rebounds. Over in the W, JJ with the rejection, no sleep till Brooklyn. That's a Beastie Boys reference, kids. Let's head to Spain. Travis Munnings had it going from everywhere. From 3, got the midi, and from 3 again. A game-high 19 points. Staying in Spain, Franco Miller on the drive with the lefty finish. No foul call? No? Okay. And at number 1, maybe we should have given the top play to Randy Rosarena's bat. Jose Trevino and Jazz taking full advantage of Julio Rodriguez's light flashing before his eyes. Bronx Brahmas get the win and clinch a spot in the playoffs. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. I'm Ronaldo. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, an all-Bahamian film that's focused on the issue of tragedy and trauma made its debut in the IMAX theater. Our Daniel Miller was there, and Greg is back with their extended weather forecast when Our News continues. Stay with us.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussion. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This is Our News. Welcome back. Still tracking the tropics. 3 systems out there, or 3 areas we're monitoring. The remnants of Gordon still out there in the open Atlantic, and there's a system to the west of that actually. There's a couple of 100 miles to the southwest of Bermuda. Not much organization with these systems. They will be staying out there in the open Atlantic. National Hurricane Center giving them a low chance for formation. And then, of course, across the southwestern Caribbean Sea, that area that we will continue to monitor. National Hurricane Center giving that a medium chance. Nothing there yet, but it is expected to have a low pressure system form, and that low is going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico by early next week. Closer to home, we have that upper level trough keeping us in an unsettled weather pattern today through early portions of tomorrow, but the high pressure in the Gulf of Mexico will nudge this system further east, and that should allow us for some clearing. So we're going to see a pretty nice, quiet weekend. Taking a look at the future forecast, moisture in place with that system still keeping us with some showers in the forecast. But once we get into Saturday, clearing expected, some isolated showers remaining, and that should take us through Sunday. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Winds will be northeasterly at 5 to 10 knots. It will fall light and variable at times. Seas 1 to 3 feet. High tide is at 10:35 tonight. Low tide at 4:37 in the morning. For the central and southeast Bahamas, a southeast to southerly flow at 10 to 15 knots. Those winds will also fall light and variable. Seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep some residual moisture in place Saturday, Sunday, possibly even into Monday, but much improved conditions for next week. Temperatures will be back into the 90s, and those triple-digit heat indices will be with us once again. That's a look at our weather. Make it a great night, and have a safe weekend, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, after years and years of writing, filming, and editing, the movie Look Up Child premiered in theaters this week. The award-nominated film is a 100% Bahamian-made and features a cast of incredible local talent who've become staples in the entertainment industry. Our Danielle Miller was there.
As promised, the premiere for Look Up Child was a star-studded event. The black carpet was filled with lights, camera, and action.
It was a thrilling scene to witness the lobby of Fusion Superplex buzzing with cast members and attendees taking snapshots as an all-Bahamian film made its debut in the IMAX theater. Now etched in the history books as a revolutionary moment in the art and entertainment industry, the award-nominated movie that tackles the issue of tragedy and trauma is filled with veteran local talent.
I'm so excited to be a part of something that has to do with Leonardo Newman. All shout out to him. He's such an extraordinary filmmaker, very detailed with his work, very attentive to what he does. And it's just such an honor to be a part of this project.
Because we went up to Orlando for the nominations, and I really thought that was the end of it, but I didn't know when the movie would be released. And so this is exciting, especially for a Bahamian production.
Oh no, I was like, he's big time. Oh my goodness. Oh, we famous now. That's literally the first thing that went to my mind. I'm like, IMAX, oh, we doing things big. 242 to the world.
Making an unexpected appearance was international content creator Jason Crawford.
I just like seeing our color be creative and tell their own story the way they can, you know. I just came back from Sony's premiere of The Forge, and it's a Christian movie, number 6, I think, right now in the world, $30 million gross, and it's telling the Christian story the way we know how to tell it. Same thing could be the case here, you know.
With more than half of the 350-plus seats filled in the theater, it's safe to say the premiere was a success. For those who would like to see the film, you can follow Y Christ Media Group and New Hill Productions on social media for upcoming showtimes. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much, Jenny. And of course, to see that story again, it's available now at ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News tonight on behalf of the entire team. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.